Hello everyone, I'm making Vietnamese baguette, thin, pepper at the both ends, and less crumb, crispy outside. And this is my quick version, pate, eggs and cheese. Welcome to SaigoncookTravel. I am Saigoncook. In this channel, I share with you everything I know, so please subscribe and like and share my videos. Thank you. I make two kind of doughs here. This is dough 1. I use oat creamer 60 grams. Then 20 grams of honey. This bread a little sweet. If you want less sweet or more or sweeter, you can adjust the amount of honey. Oat cookie creamer is sweet already. So now this I add 120 gram water. So the total liquid is 180 grams. If you want to use your milk, that is fine. Now my starter is alive and active. I use 100 grams of it. Then I mix so that the starter dissolve just get started. Then 7 grams of salt. I don't use salt much in my recipe. It's not too good for health. I saw people using sometimes 12 grams for one loaf. If you are that person, go ahead. Now I do the last mix. You can see all thing already dissolved. And now I add 200 gram flour. Because we're making bread, if you have bread flour, that is perfect. I don't have bread flour, but this is my organic on purpose flour, so I use this making bread, and it is fine, so I use it. After I mix and I let it rest for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes done, I do my first stretch and fold. I wet my hand to prevent sticking, because at this point the dough very sticking. I go around and pull, stretch and fold back. I go that around the bowl, and that's it. This is at first stretch and fold. Be minded that you don't stretch too long, too much. It will break your dough. Now it rests 30 minutes more. I do second stretch and fold now. Same way. Wet my hand, loosen on around, and then grab some, stretch them, and fold them. At this point, you can see the dough is more stable now. You can see I can pull longer without breaking it. Can you see? They behave very well. See, try to stretch, but I know my dough and I don't break my dough. And that's it. You can let it rest for 30 minutes before you do the third stretch and fold. At the first or second, you don't stretch too much. Now, this is my third stretch and fold. Do the same thing. Loosen on around and then grab the dough and stretch and fold back. You can feel that this time the dough more relaxed and softer, not rough like the first time when we mixed it. Now I cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. Now we start with the second dough. 150 gram flour, 1 tablespoon of lime juice. You can do lemon juice. And 1 egg. This is large egg. Okay. Now I will add this dough mixture number 1 into the second dough. Please notice that I left behind the butter. So at first I use bit 2 for 2 minutes and then I increase bit 4 for 4 minutes, then bit 6 for 2 minutes until it forms a ball like this. Then I add the butter. This is 20 grams of butter. I left on counter to soften. You notice that it's soft but not runny. So when I put on my butter in, I will use bit 6 to incorporate the butter into the dough for about 2-3 minutes. You don't want to beat too much at this point because the dough might, the butter might get too hot and break. See, when it formed a ball like so, I stop beating and I let it rest for 30 minutes. Now 30 minutes is up. I will shape the dough. With this recipe, I make 6 loaves. This is the average or a little big loaf. If you want smaller, you can divide into 8. But to me, the number 6 is adequate. I might give it to the neighbors, and they are American, so need to be big. So first I form the dough into balls like so. And when I'm done with the 6 of them, I come back and shape them now. into the baguette. So the top of the dough look very smooth. So I use that for outer side, and you can see the dough stretch very well. You can use the rolling pin to get it longer like I do. Normally I don't use the rolling pin because I don't want to press on the air inside the dough. But it's difficult for somebody, so I use the pin to guide you. If you want to use a pin, that is fine. So I stretch them into like a triangle somehow, and now I start pulling and tucking. This will make the dough pizza layer, and when we bake, the inside crumb will be layered and fluffy. Notice that at the end, I make the dough very thin so that when we roll up to the end, the dough stick to each other. But not this is done. This is only first step. Let's do the other one more. You pull back and tuck in until the end of the dough. When you get the end of the dough, make sure that is very thin so that they stick to the dough, the roll that we ended up there. And then you stitch them together like so. So continue doing this until you finish all of them. And now I will show you how to make a taper shape. So you can use a little oil on your counter to make it smooth and slippery, and use your both palms to move the dough like this, and you can see the dough become taper both ends and thin and longer. And that's it. You can put it on the rack. You see it's very long and thin. I put them on the baking rack and let it proof. When it rises double in size, if you can decide when it's done, you can make a poke test. I will show you shortly. You see, when we did the shaping, it's very thin, but now it's a buffy. And you can see I poke my finger and the dough come back, filling the hole. If you poke the hole and the hole immediately filling, that means it's underproof. If you poke the hole and it stay forever there and don't fill back, that means you overproof. So only thing you need to know is poke the hole and it's gradually filling up. Now I slash my dough first time, and then I came back and parallel cut into the dough. This technique will assure you to have a rabbit ear when you bake. After you're done, spray the water on over, especially where you make the slush. Before you do that, on this slushing, you preheated the oven 425 degrees. I baked the first bake for 15 minutes and lower the heat 400 and bake 10 minutes more. Remember the loaf is very small and tiny. I mean thin, so that don't need a lot of heat to cook them. You can see very little crumb. This recipe inspired by one time I saw on TV some people stuffing the baguette before they stuff the baguette. They remove all the crumb inside. So this is the way you don't need to have a lot of crumb, and you have the skin to stuff your favorite stuffing. It happened today I make quick stuffing with the homemade ready-made pate, and I fry an egg, and I drop in 2 pieces of cheese. Remember, I have a video of high-from breadstick with pate and chili sauce. If you stop right there, it resembles that bread. But I go further. I want 1 egg. I cook the egg sunny side up with the yolk still running. Okay, I stuff on the white first, and then now I stuff the yolk. You can see the yolk running, and I continue with the cheese. Can you see the cheese stretching? That's what you want. I press the yolk along so that everywhere has the yolk. And it needs a little soy sauce, and you are ready to devour. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. Please like, share my video, and subscribe. Thank you. I see you soon. Bye bye.